why do you think that most of adults forget about this curiosity? I think this is often referred to as becoming an adult, when you sort of forget what it's like to be a child, curious, and to try different things. And so, for example, if a child instinctively, when they are at the age where they start walking, they instinctively try to crawl and they try to grab onto things so that they can walk, and they fall and they might cry, but they get back up. They instinctively want to improve because we humans are curious. But some way along the line of youth to adulthood, we sort of not lose this capacity, but tend to push it aside. I'm not sure whether I've made my point clear on this, but
You have made your point very clear, um, but I think this is an area where I really don't know how to comment.
okay.
And a lot of people tell me, it's like you're lost in time and space because because um, I I am the type of person that I don't really reflect too much on you know what else other people might be doing and whether it works for them or not. I think that everyone has their own way of getting around life and their own way of being successful and their own ideas. So I have no idea how to answer you. I have no idea
Let me
what this
rephrase my
would mean.
question.
Yes.
How did this sense of wonder, sense of curiosity, help you to be here today?
It's a really difficult question for me to answer. It's like asking me, why do you breathe? You know?
Okay.
Because, that's what
It,
you do.
it comes naturally to you.
Yes,
Okay.
this is what you do. Yeah, yes, you do it because you need to do it.
Okay.
Yes, and to be honest, it's very interesting. I've never been asked this question, but yes, I mean, before you do something, you should try to learn about it. You should. Well, actually, you should is I'm not giving instructions here,
Yeah.
but yes, I think I've always been this type of person. Then you can get into a nature nurture debate on another podcast
yes,
with
yeah.
an expert on nature nurture.
Yeah.
Yes, but to me it was always very clear cut. Clear cut. But I've always been very curious, and yes, I see that there are a lot of other people who are also very curious, but also I have surrounded myself with typically more academic or research interested or people who are not afraid to try and fail, people who are willing to take risks sometimes as well. So I think that helps, being able to take risks and try something, and then if it doesn't work, and then we'll see what happens.
Do you think that this sense of curiosity is a necessary step to self-develop? Not a skill that you can't progress without it, but it's a necessary step that you need to have, or to some degree, in order to grow as a person.
I am reflecting on my challenge with answering your questions, and I think I understand what the challenge is that I come from a very my personal philosophy is that there is absolutely no one size fits all. And so I feel very uncomfortable making sweeping statements, about would someone need to be curious, would someone need to be this, would someone need to be that. What I can say is that I think that humans are super adaptable. And just like cockroaches, we have survived fascinatingly all of these years. And we just kept on evolving, and we are a plague on this world, but we're still here.
Yeah.
And so this is maybe the reason why there are so many paths and people are so different and they can still reach their goals, and why people have different kinds of goals. So because we're adaptable, and I see it a lot with a lot of people and the people that I speak to, and students also. I see how adaptable people are. Like, you could put people in a very complex situation and they'll figure something out.
That's true.
You know?
That's true.
So I don't think there's a one size fits all, and I find it very uncomfortable, you know, to say, yes, you need to be curious, or yes, you need to be academic.
You need to be curious to some degree, I would say, because you need to say, at some point in time, you need to say, what if? If I'm placed in a difficult situation, I need to be curious to some degree to say, okay, how can I get out of this? The question needs to pop up.
But then if you had to think about, for example, extremist cults who believe that there is no what if, they have a set of rules to live by and they live by them, and they're happy about it. Are they delusional? I have no idea, but they're happy. You know?
Personally, I think that's limiting. That is my. I think you're. I mean, the world is so vast. There are so many things that if you limit yourself to one thing, it's you're limiting yourself. I think it's a missed opportunity. It's not wrong, but I think it's a missed opportunity.
But this is why I say it's difficult to generalize, because for those particular people, this is fantastic.
Yes. And
for Aborigines who have never met with others outside of their tribe, there's no what if. This is what happens. You live, you die. That's it. So yes. So making maybe also, let's take a step back. A part of liking psychometrics and so on is because they are scientifically valid, right?
Yeah.
I cannot make a scientifically valid claim
That's
about
true.
everyone in the world. So probably this is why I'm finding it difficult to contribute.
And I think in your case, you should find it difficult. I think that validates your profession.
Correct. Correct.
But very interesting.
Correct. I feel like this is a very strange podcast, I'll be honest with you.
Well, I told that we'll be discussing many things, so
Okay.
I think you're finding value.
Okay, yes, I'm finding this is a very reflective process, you know, questions that I am not usually asked about. I'm usually asked about my research and my work and so on, so this is a very different kind of approach.
Yeah,
Yes.
hopefully extracting some value out of it as well.
Yes, absolutely.